Okay, and we are live.
All right.
Okay, so we've got. Let's take a look. No, that's the wrong. Where's. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, people. Oh, there we go. I had to find the right seating. I didn't want to be a Gallowglass fan seating. I got to root for Hydra. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm live here. This is Grush. We have Kimpaz with me tonight.
Yep.
Tonight it's Hydra versus Gallowglass. Gallowglass does have home field advantage. The teams are already lined up. So we've got Reklah, Azheri, Perrinn, and Vyrastai for Hydra up against Symiad, Fardoc, Ferg, and Arthais for Gallowglass. Not surprised to see them bust out the double choke again. That's what they used last time against Hydra, and it worked pretty well. They got a win off of that. So
Do you feel like? Sorry, go ahead.
I keep warning Reklah about the double choke, and he's like, nah, nobody's gonna do it. It's fine. We'll see.
You know what's funny is that strategy was like killer in the early seasons, and I feel like it's just fallen by the wayside. Nobody really, and I know like we have what it takes to run that strategy. It's just not our core strategy, and some other folks kind of have it too. But when you put in yourself, and then when you see Gallo run this too, I mean, it can be pretty compelling as a strategy.
A lot of it has to do with player skill. You have to have like, especially in something like ACFL, where the competition is pretty stiff. You got to have
Yeah,
a good choker in there. You can't have somebody
yeah, I
that's
guess.
letting opportunities go past. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm thinking of Amarok and Jawap, right? So that was a pretty
yeah,
decent.
I mean, like those are Amarok. As every time that Amarok played, he just like took complete control of the game.
Yeah.
Because that was back when furries could actually save too. So like he was in full dragon skins, and
Yeah, at the
he
beginning of
he was
Dragon Skin.
uncastable pretty much. Minotaurs were in really good shape back then when they had dragon skins, especially. So you couldn't hurt him, you couldn't cast on him, and then he just took control.
Yeah, that's back in the day when I was actually considering retraining to Armsman.
Glad you didn't.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well we got an early start here. Looks like Azheri is having to pass an anti-mage over to Reklah. I wonder if they're a little short on those tonight.
This is not the match to be short of
No,
anti-mage. Come on, guys, your season's on the line.
but we'll see what happens.
Vyrastai
Um,
already switched?
yeah, that's a little odd. Um, well, he spent mana on an elemental and a call wild. I think that's why maybe.
Yeah, yeah. That's like 130, right? I don't.
Yeah, he could have cast something else. There's a choke and cure onto Symiad though.
Perrin got the first one in.
He is no
Reckless
slouch.
cure.
He can get blocked off sometimes, but he can usually manage to take control of the game pretty decently
So
midway through.
doesn't
Reklah got cure poisoned, but he's not choked.
did he get cured again? Because he repoisoned the first time he got cured.
Not sure. We'll see when the tick hits, I suppose.
So Ferg he does this a lot. He uses his Hemsco or whatever, however you say that, to backstab. Don't you get a bonus to backstab with dagger?
You do. Not 100. I've never played a thief really myself. Like not. I've had a couple of thieves, like a nightshade, for like a little while, but I didn't actually play it, so I'm not 100% sure how like all the backstab factor stuff works
Right.
in terms of numbers, like raw numbers. So I'm not sure. Maybe just you get the bonus, but it's not enough of a bonus to make it
Yeah.
worth favoring a dagger over the Hemscone. I don't know. Or maybe sometimes, it's just not worth changing weapons.
Yeah, or you're
You
going to
don't
be
want to risk
blind or
getting
whatever.
locked into a inferior weapon sometimes.
Yeah, it's amazing to me how many people don't fireproof their potions.
Yeah, I think Perrinn had this problem in his last match too. He's got so many
And,
weapons to manage. I think he kind of forgets about the potions sometimes, or he just doesn't have time.
ooh,
But
Arthais red.
Arthais is getting wailed on here
Get
though.
that up. Vyrastai hits so
And he's
much.
down. Yeah, man.
Wow, that's tough.
That's the thing about the aerials. They have great physical stats. They're just not uh very sturdy. So
Yeah,
the
Vyrastai ripped
aerial
me up.
buglers, if they get a chance to go in offensive stance, like Aradict is the same way. If you let him go offensive against a dual wielder, you can get crazy damage. It's pretty impressive.
Who did Perrin just choke?
He choked
Shit.
Symiad. Vyrastai and Symiad are both down right now, and Fardoc goes down as well.
Yeah, see, like after a
Azheri
couple
goes
toads,
down. This is just
after the
like
toad
choke fest,
start.
man.
Yeah,
Perrin fails the choke onto Ferg, so finally one fails.
third kick's failing. Symiad's up.
Reklah is poisoned, just as a note. Symiad
Symiad back
drops
down.
again. It's gonna be frustrating for him.
He's just always the target.
Well, it's because he's so hard to it's hard to hurt a blade singer, you know.
Yes, yeah. There were, yeah, after seeing Symiad, there were conversations earlier in the season about how we could get a singer.
Um, I'm not sure. It's a good flex pick, but there's also situations where some teams do really well with a specific character, like Grendel. Grendel has been huge for sharks,
Yeah,
but would he have the same impact on brutes or on stars? I don't think so necessarily.
capture.
Yep. That I didn't even notice they picked up the flag, man. I'm off here
Either.
spacing out. So yeah, we do have a early capture for Hydra.
I think it was Reklah that was carrying it, wasn't it?
It typically is Reklah or Azheri. It would probably be Reklah just for the mount. It's a little harder to just rush up and choke him out
Yep.
against this composition at least.
Plus, if you've got, well, I guess Reklah can rescue too. But if you've got Azheri who can rescue himself, well, maybe never mind. Not a good
But you
argument.
also you want Azheri free to roam around and wake up people that get choked out or things like that.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Symiad finally getting to do something. And it's still a 3v4 here.
Reklah's got the flag again.
Yeah, they're pushing the
That's a
advantage
little
while they've
late,
got
right?
it.
And Faith is going to be back out here. They better kill somebody else.
Um, I'm sure they're trying, but Symiad's going to be hard to kill, so they're just trying to focus on keeping him choked. Uh, Speaking of which, there goes another one on him.
Ooh, Perrin better be
But
careful
Vyrastai
here.
had a blizzard on him, so Symiad is back up. Azheri spamming piercing winds? What? I'm not sure what that's about. But, okay. Sure. Why not? Ferg gets a choke off onto Azheri, though. Apparently he
Right
did
before
not like
tick,
his
and
singing.
he wasn't poisoned. Oh, or was he?
I don't know. He's back up, though, that's for sure. Arthais is out and poisoned up. So he's going to be looking to choke some people, it looks like.
Why is he piercing winds?
I don't know. I think if I had to guess, they're trying to burn his mana, and then they're gonna have him capture the flag next. That way they can force the capture, and then it puts Gallo in a position where if they do kill him, like either they kill him and he gets to go to the prep room and come back out full mana, or they don't kill him and he wins. So I think that's why. I think he's just trying to burn his mana before he makes the third cap. And there's the flag for Hydra.
2-0. 2-0.
Bodrum called us
So did I?
noobs and said that he's piercing winds because they're trying to capture, and he's doing it to interrupt.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we are noobs. Wow.
Perrinn with the choke onto Fardoc. Is that why? Well, I probably shouldn't be doing that. Can't show the action when I'm
Yeah,
scrolling up to look
I'm
at where he.
pretty sure that makes a ton of sense.
Ferg strangles Azheri. Just choke, 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 choke,
Got the
choke.
third flag with Reklah. That's a tough stop.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be in a rough position trying to stop this
I mean,
with Azheri
they've got
rescuing
to
him.
get the chokes out.
Symiad picks up the flag though, so there you go. That's the stoppage they need.
You almost feel like against that team, Symiad should just grab the flag like right away.
Um, Not necessarily. You get into an ugly position as a blade singer if everybody's still like full health, where if you pick up the flag and you're holding the flag, you can't flee. You can get dirt kicked and disarmed, and then and then all of a sudden your amazing defenses kind of go away.
Yeah, and
So you can't do it against a full health team. It just doesn't work.
you know what the other thing is? Armsman's Cross, I think, just destroys Blade Singers. I don't know if that's the
It
name.
does go through the reposition. I'm not sure how effective it is for most races. I've gotten conflicting reports about it. For myself, I like it, but that may be a factor of my strength. I don't know.
Yeah.
For other, I've got one or two people that told me that they like cross, and then I've gotten a bunch of people that told me that cross is useless. So
Mm.
other races may
Typical.
not do it as well with it, but I like it.
So this is pretty effective execution so far by Hydra.
Yeah, I mean this just shows you how
Um,
how solid they are as players. They just have not made any errors as far as I can see. And obviously, I've been a little unfocused, as noted by me totally missing Reklah picking up the first flag. But they're just very, very solid players all around, and they work well together.
got to be
And
making
that's
you
the key. I
nervous here,
mean, you
huh?
guys know that in stars, the like number one key to success in ACFL or any team aspect on the game is working well together.
Know your role.
We have everybody kind of moving past each other here. Well, looks like they're moving back. They want to try and engage flag on flag, which is a good position for Hydra, I think, if for no other reason. Well, I mean, first off, they have the Bard, so assuming that Azheri still has plenty of mana, Song of Heal puts them in a big position in a group fight like that.
Azheri
Arthais is
choked.
dying pretty quick, and it is spell onto Perrinn, but no follow-up.
Gotta get the cures, guys. And not blizzard them awake.
Perrinn getting dispelled again. Arthais is dropping again.
Yeah, this is just I just feel like they're getting
But it's a good idea for Hydra to force this fight because even if they lose it, and then they still have, you know, they're up 2-0, so they have the comeback chance still.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they're gonna lose this fight.
Yeah. Song Appeal is too strong in a straight up engagement. And that's the weakness of, double choke is good if you take control and like maintain it, but you run out of steam real quick if you can't just keep if you can't just like end things off your
Well, and
control.
it's one thing if you've got double choke folks who also kind of double as like good solid hitters who can deal out a lot of damage, but as good as Arthais has been playing, he's still a human, right? Which makes it tough for him to do a ton of damage. And so to me, Gallowglass double choke is a little bit more of a niche play than a kind of a mainline strategy because they can't adapt a ton if it doesn't go well.
Yeah. And especially against a team like this with Hydra, just so much healing power, you get kind of like you can choke
Yeah,
them out, but if you can't kill them and then push the flag with your numbers and control advantage, then you just get, you know, you get drawn out too much, and then the healing just overcomes you.
yeah, and I just think like it's so much easier to talk about a double choke strategy or a choke strategy at all than it is to execute it. And the difference between a team who, you know, uh, you guys like Armsman stays with the rest of the group, and I don't know if you guys had like cure poisons and cure blinds triggered, but it was quick. You know what I mean? Like the
Hmm.
difference between a well executed choke strategy and just a kind of hey, we're gonna go out and try it for the second or third time, it's
Yeah.
just so far apart.
I do believe Branzel and Grump both have it triggered. Uh,
Yeah.
Xanton, I'm not sure about, but uh, when he's been in there, he's also been very on the ball about kind of following me around and curing people that I choke when Branzel is carrying the flag or whatever. But yeah, it's a double choke is very strong, but it's a very execution heavy strategy. There's not a whole lot of room for error, and if things do go wrong, they can go very, very wrong.
Especially if you can't pivot.
But I mean, we still got a bit of a stalemate here, and that, like I said, that favors Hydra heavily with all their healing power.
Ferg back and white, Symiad and white. I think Perrin's gonna get lit up here.
They're gonna try and blow Arthais up. Vyrastai's hitting him with the cause pats.
And he's taking yellows from Vyrastai. He just
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
not sure
ready.
if his no, his Sank couldn't have been down. He would have been taking more damage from the fat. But is
Oh,
Vyrastai neutral? No, Perrin's their only neutral. So I don't know.
Ferg's just been getting casted on all night too. This is tough. Oof.
Yep. And this is gonna end it. I mean, the damage that Ferg is taking now as well.
But I mean, you see how hard Symiad is to kill. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It depends though. Like I said, if they had maybe a higher strength or just more disarm span, I guess.
yeah,
I guess it's a little bit easier for me to talk about because we have on brutes, we have weapon toss, which is a whole different level of disarm, and then you
yeah.
have, uh, my disarm has always been just godly good, just as a factor of strength. So, when a
Mhm.
blade singer has the flag against us, it's like, okay, we dirt kick him.
Symiad smited. That
Yep.
sucks.
So I mean, he's
That's a
pretty much
shame.
done for.
Hate to see it.
With the damage that he's doing right now,
Oh, he's
can't
getting lit.
he can't do anything. They're all way too healthy. So he is about to die, and then that's going to be it.
They're in the
Reklah's going to
flag
run the
ring.
flag back over. But this
I
is what
mean, I guess
happens.
he's
You get
so
or you get blinded, and then you get disarmed. Yeah, it's hard to disarm a singer, but if you can't flee to re-equip weapons, you know it doesn't matter. They just if you got 2 or 3 people spamming disarm on you, it's gonna land eventually.
Ferg's still out there, right?
Um, yeah, Ferg is out there, but he's hurt. Let me
You
see.
just gotta choke, right? Like I would don't know that I'd be backstabbing.
Yeah, like you either you flash bomb or you choke. Like I don't think that there's any reason you would be doing anything else right now in his position. There's a fasting for you, just cause. Why not? Fardoc down, so now it's just Ferg, and he misses a strangle onto Azheri.
And now we're too close to tick, so we gotta wait.
And he's deconning it. I don't like that at all, especially not when you're fasted. You could take a
Just run away for
spell.
the rest
Yeah.
of the tick, I'd say. And like now's when you should be choking.
Fardoc goes back down, thanks to Perrinn. Azheri rescuing Reklah. I mean, just flash, choke, flee, choke, flee, choke. Like if it's not working, just keep trying choke. Don't try to stun here. You're not gonna win a fight. The only
They're
way
just
you
on
just
him,
gotta
so he's
delay.
gotta
You need
play.
to be delaying as long as possible. And the problem is, he's just having a really hard time choking Azheri.
Well, his flashes aren't landing, right? I mean, he's flashing and fleeing and coming back, and Azheri's just spamming murder. It's tough.
But Reklah is 10 yards out.
That's game. Well done, Hydra. Does that make you nervous as the likely number 2 seed?
No, not at all. I mean, Hydra's a good team, but I'm not really nervous against any team. Obviously Stars I consider to be very tough competition, but I still think that I'm still confident in beating them every time we go against you guys.
Yeah, you got to go in at the
Obviously,
champion mindset.
I mean it's not like I think, oh yeah, we're going into this and we're gonna win. I go into it thinking, yeah, I think we have a little bit of an edge here, and I think we're gonna pull this out.
Yeah,
It
you guys are the defending champions too, right?
We are. I think you know that. Think you're slightly familiar with the standings, but I mean, I don't. I'm assuming you guys feel that way too, going into matches against us or any other tough competition, which is, you know, it's going to be a tough match potentially, but I think we're going to win. Like that. That's usually like the mindset when you're on top.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I would say I think our confidence got shaken there in the middle of the season for a little while. So
You just
going into
said,
the doubleheader with Hydra,
oh yeah,
um, I don't know how confident we were, but honestly, after I sat and watched the first Hydra match, um, and played the second one, like I feel like we think we can beat anybody, yeah, and
I
should,
mean,
and definitely, and I think more in like a 3 or 5 game series, we feel even more confident. It's just like from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, everybody else advanced so much, and I just feel like it's going to sound terrible, right? But I didn't feel like we were, obviously we won our first however
mhm.
many games, so it didn't feel like we were in a position to need to improve that much, and to see everybody else catching up so quickly was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, so I it's not like I think we're 100% going to win everything ever, right? But I do think nothing nothing scares me here, whether that
Hmm.
be Hydra, Sharks, Stars, whatever. I think I feel pretty good. Um, I'm glad that everybody's competitive with the one exception,
Hmm.
and I think it just overall it just makes for a much more exciting series or season. So I'm happy.
Yeah. The one question I would have, and just in case you know, maybe you don't, probably you don't. How long, like, is it going to be another 2 years before the next season?
Uh, Almost certainly not. Scorn was not happy with I realized everything kind of has to go through Scorn, but Scorn was not happy with the at least what I've gathered. He was not happy with how long it took between seasons, um,
Okay.
for whatever reason, and especially now he seems really pumped up, especially with this thing going on. I think
Yeah.
we're probably going to see AWG happen, or I guess would it be AWG next? Probably. AWG is going to happen. Clan Wars is going to happen, and then I would expect us to hop right back into ACFL next winter,
Yeah. That'd be
or
cool.
next fall, even right after Clan Wars.
It seems to like drum up a lot of interest too, you know?
Hmm. All
So,
right, so
all
that
right,
was
you gonna
the
get
first
ready for
match.
your
That was
match?
a 3-0, by the way, for Hydra.
Well done by Hydra. Very well executed. Tough night for Gallowglass. That's a strike to their kind of postseason hopes here.
Yeah, I mean,
Are they out now? Are they
Gallowglass?
mathematically
No,
out?
no, 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 no. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's mathematically out except for Quicksilver right now. Well, let me take a look. Okay, so
Well, probably not mathematically, but
let's see. So Gallowglass just lost that. They've got
so
one
they've
match
got
against
us.
Sharks, one against
And
Stars, uh, and then one more against Brutes.
so
So
they're, you
I
gotta
I
feel like
don't
they're
think their
unlikely to get
team
to 10
is
wins.
well suited to taking on Stars. I thought the double choke could maybe work for them until we saw how they tried it in their last match against you guys and it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
Because I think it was double choke versus double choke, and your guys just executed better.
Yeah, that's the game I wasn't in, I think.
So I don't know. With double choke, anything can happen, but I would not. I would consider Sharks and Hydra to have pretty decent chances against Stars. Um, Gallowglass has a better chance against Brutes than Stars, I think. So if they can win what was the first one I said? The Sharks match, and if they can win the Brutes match, then that would put them
9 wins,
9-10.
9-11.
9-11, yeah, because I didn't count the Stars loss, which assuming that happens. Um, and I think all the Sharks and Hydra are both poised to kind of end up in that area as well, with 10 to 12 wins. So I don't think they're out, but I'd have to look a little bit more closely. Which
So
I
the
suppose we.
next three, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I need to actually give my team to the M. Sorry, the the M's
Good.
asking me for a team.
I'll just talk to myself. Or are you getting off here?
No, I mean it's Quicksilver. Unless I have to field myself for some reason. No,
They have quick. The old standbys, Atherin and Elmanadra.
and that's it.
That's it. You got to have so much respect for those two.
Yeah, I mean
It's a tough season, man.
they're definitely showing that they have the dedication that other teams do not.
You know what's interesting though is
Hmm.
let's say Quicksilver. Next season, let's say Atherin has Shadow Knight and Locked-In can play and Perithian is around
Hmm.
and they have the first draft pick. Like, there's a setup for worst to first there. A lot of things have to go right, but
Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to have to hop off now.
okay.
Because my team, it is going to be just the four of us on, so I do need to go in. But thank you for
Okay.
hopping on with me, and bad luck in the rest of your matches this
Yeah.
season.
See you in the finals.
All right.